Hello again and welcome to my next edition of Tactical Shaminho. Today I'm going to go through again online pro clubs and introduce you to our defensive midfielder who's called Zek. Zek is absolutely pivotal to my team. He's my comfort blanket to stop opposition attacks and do it quickly. He's an absolute pest to the opposition when they're trying to create a flow in their play. And this is why he's so important. And today I'm going to go through a few clips to show you why he's so good and why you need a player like him in every team. Throughout this edition, I'm going to illustrate to you his impact on my team through his positioning, his ability to influence opposition's players' decisions, and how that ultimately gives him control to regain possession. I want to start with this throw-in. You can see the opposition defence are no further than their own penalty area, and Zek's positioned in the middle. And the reason he's there is that there's no threat down either side of the channels, and the only real threat is a striker just behind him which he's covering. Looking further into the clip, you can see that we lose possession, they pass it into the area that Zek's in, and he's already cutting out that danger. However, Zek doesn't stop there and admires his work. He's always staying sharp to cut out the next attack. And if I stop here, he's putting pressure on this player to force them to make a decision to either pass here or here. You can see that that particular player has done exactly what Zek has wanted. He's able to turn, come into that space and take the interception. From the following clips, you can see that it's no coincidence that Zek is in these positions. He's extremely aware. He can read the game really well. He can see right down to every detail. Everything from his own teammates' positions, right through to the opposition teammates' position, right down to the finer details of looking at the player body shape and seeing what they're going to do next. He's quite obviously a player that absolutely frustrates opposition attacks. On this piece, I want to show you why and how Zek makes some of these decisions. Similar to a tennis player, after they've hit their shot, they're moving towards the centre of the court. The reason they do this is to minimise the risk associated with the distance they need to travel. With the ball still in opposition third, Zek is in a central position. He's given himself enough distance and time. Should there be a threat, slid down to his nearest side, or alternatively, if the ball was switched, he's able to come across and put pressure on the other side. Moving the clip forward a tiny bit, the pass has been played into the fullback. The striker is putting pressure on them. This gives the fullback three options. The first one's to go back towards goal, but he's going to be under pressure by the other striker. The other one is to pass into the midfielder, but that's already been covered off by my midfielder. And the real option is to go down the line, and that's where Zek comes in. He's already identified that the striker is closing him down, that there's a fellow midfielder there, and he's already running towards that area to make that interception. His work rate doesn't end there. In our own half, he's always available to rescue a potentially bad situation. On this moment, it's 3v3. One of the centre-backs has to engage with the attacker on the ball. Meanwhile, the other centre-back is engaged by one of the other attackers, leaving one attacker that's totally free and could potentially be a threat. And that's where Zek comes in, and he's able to identify not only his own player's positioning, but also identify that this is a potential threat. After he's dealt with the danger at the front post, and a defender's headed clearance is going out into a danger area where two midfielders are starting to come in. He's the first to see this particular danger, and he's very, very quick to close down that space and ensure that there's no further danger. My team's not full of superstars. We all collectively work together to be one of the best teams in the world. However, I do have one superstar, and that's Zek. He is the best defensive midfielder I have ever seen on this game. And it's a real privilege to have him on my team. And I think he really enjoys being utterly selfless to ensure that he does a hard graft and the hidden work to make sure other players can shine. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on Twitter as well as Tactical Sham and Facebook as Tactical Shaminho, and I'll see you all next week.